Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, how you doing? No. If you're new here, please do hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down below if you like videos like these and you would like to see more. And let's get started. So this is episode 2 of the Simply Candid series. The first one I uploaded, I did not have a nice beautiful camera. And I was basically just trying to talk about my journey of becoming a YouTuber and the struggles I thought I had. So this episode is episode 2, and I actually wanted to do something different. That was a loud slap. And lately I've been writing a lot, and I like to reflect on my writing. I love journaling. Love journaling. So I like to reflect on my writing. And so my husband actually got me this book. It's leather. He might have gotten it from one of those street vendors that, you know, it's handcrafted. So it's very, very soft leather. It's red, my favorite color. And the pages are rougher on the edges. So I love that. But actually today, it's going to come off as if I'm talking to you, but I do want to read one of my entries that I feel is actually really powerful now in 2020, when I actually wrote this in 2017. So I just read the first line. I don't know if I want to read that first line. We'll see how I feel going back. But this is me being candid, so I should read the first line. Come on, Sherissa, be real here. I wrote this July 27th, 2017. At 11:12 in the morning. So I am going to just be reading it off from here, but it is going to sound as if I'm talking to you. I wish that I could just come on here and just talk to you and it'd be like really cool. This isn't planned. I wrote this years ago, but it would have been really cool if I was just actually candidly talking to you rather than reading an entry. It's about 3 pages. This is insane. Let's zoom in on my writing here because this is crazy. Look at how straight that is. I'm not sure if you can even see that. Anyways, so we're going to be reading this, and I hope that this resonates with you now as much as it did then and reading it back. Now, full disclosure, I wrote this when I was in my early 20s. I must have just turned 20 something. And it was just how I was feeling at the time. These are just my opinions, but reading it last night, I felt like the world could use a little bit of this. So I'm putting it out there. Don't come at me. Okay. So I have here, it says, this is funny. Okay. You don't have to be a slut to be promiscuous or have lack of love. I can be promiscuous at times and needy and crazy and clingy, but it's not because I didn't get enough love as a child. It's not because I never felt affection from my mom and dad. I had a very great childhood, even with everyone's own version of their traumatizing experiences. I was loved, cared for, and spoiled to a certain extent. My parents were very open and honest with me, and they instilled the best morals they could. I was by definition a good girl. But it was by choice. I was never forced to do anything I didn't want to do, and I had a good life. A great family, and I still make bad decisions, and I know they are bad. I'm not perfect, and it doesn't make me a bad person, and it doesn't make my parents bad parents. It just makes me my own person. It makes me human. I consider myself as loyal as they come when it comes to friendship and relationships with my family, girlfriends, best friends, and even my boyfriend, who's now my husband. But occasionally, I want to do something bad. Sometimes I choose to do something bad, even if I know it's not something I was taught to do. And I don't categorize it as being rebellious or acting out. I'm never anyone but myself. And this reminds me of an interview I had listened to with Miley Cyrus after her whole crazy phase. In this interview, she then went on to explain that it wasn't a phase. And at first thought, I was like, what? I swore she didn't know the definition of a phase. But then she went on to explain, and I got it 100%. And it's something I apply to my life when I think that I'm not being myself and I make my consciously bad decisions. She said, and I'm terribly paraphrasing, I'm never anyone but myself. The Bangers tour was not a phase because I never tried to pretend to be anything or anyone I'm not. That was who I was at that time. It wasn't a phase, it was just a part of me I lived out in a specific way. I don't regret what people call as a phase or rebellious because it's a piece of me. It's still a part of the real me, and it's still very much inside of me. I just don't feel the need or want to go about it the way I used to. But it was not a phase. So in other words, she didn't try to take on this character who twerks and sticks her tongue out and basically dry humps everything on the stage and God knows where else. That was a part of who she is. And let's face it, a part of all of us, even in the midst of judging her, has felt at one point or another like joining her. We all have bits and pieces inside of us that we love, hate, and hide. And so we judge others for not hiding theirs. Of course, there is a time and place for everything, and a such thing as manners and etiquette and morals and self-respect. But if you ask Miley right now, if she lost self-respect for herself in that phase, she would most likely say no. You know why? Because she knows who she is. She accepts herself in all her parts and doesn't make apologies for it. She's considerate and won't shove herself and her ways down anyone's throat, but she won't hide herself for the sake of others' comfortability. Now, this is not a list of ways and a rant to excuse conscious bad behavior. It's supposed to be an enlightenment. Doing bad things doesn't make you a bad person. Sometimes it doesn't always make you selfish either. It makes you human. It makes you, you. This isn't a way to justify your choices or a reason to continue them. It's to shed a light that if you had, or were thinking about, or are currently in a situation when you're doing something that you know it's bad, but you feel it's okay on some level, don't beat yourself up. Don't try and justify ways that you should go through it or ways that you shouldn't. Instead, just take a step back and think to yourself, is this really me? Or am I trying to be something I'm not? Because at the end of the day, when you lay your head on your pillow, whether you're physically alone or not, you're alone to your thoughts. And what and how you feel about yourself is what's going to matter the most. Damn! Okay. So, there could have been some controversial things I said in there. There could have been some things that you don't agree with. But bottom line, I think that that can help somebody. I think that my entry almost more than 3 years ago is valid. It means something. There was something that I said in there that was meant for you, whoever you are watching, wherever you are. Of course, there were certain things that maybe I could have held back, but then it defeats the purpose of me being simply candid with you. This is something I wrote over 3 years ago, so I wanted to share it. I thought it could resonate with something that someone is going through right now. It resonated with me. Younger me knew what older me needed to hear. So that's really it. I just wanted to come in here, be simply candid with you, read a short synopsis of a journal entry that I had, and just wrap that up in a little bow and throw it out there into the cyber universe and hope it helps somebody. So if you stay to the end, I know this was not a simply candid version the way I was before, but at least I didn't go off onto too many rants. And if you like this, hit the like button. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, ring the notification bell. It would be great if you could see the other type of content I have on here. I have plant videos, I have DIY videos, I have vlogs. It's super fun. So thank you for watching, guys. Bye!